Hello friends, welcome to day 6 of our Mindful Mornings, a 30-day yoga challenge to set us up for a more mindful way through movement and meditation. Today's practice is all about centering. This practice will be about building some strength and stability from our core outwards, so be prepared to get a little hot and sweaty. Let's find that quiet and comfortable space to begin our grounding meditation. And remember, do stick around to the end to find out what today's mindfulness task may be. Begin by either lying down or sitting comfortably as I guide you through the sensations of your body, whatever they may be today. Be aware of any heaviness, discomfort, or fatigue, or perhaps lightness and energy within. Observe which sensations fluctuate and change over time and which remain constant. Pay attention to your reactions and just notice. Are you judging how you slept or wondering how the day will unfold? Instead of trying to push away these thoughts, simply notice them. See if they have any impact on how you feel and hold these thoughts and feelings with compassion. Now bring your conscious awareness towards your feet, noticing any sensations that may be present. Tingling perhaps, pulsing or pressure points. Releasing your focus upon your feet and bringing your awareness towards your hands now. Observe any sensations in your palms, fingers, or the back of the hands. And finally, direct your attention towards your breath, noticing the sensation of an inhale and an exhale. Let us remind ourselves that throughout the day, taking a pause and becoming aware of our feet, our hands, or our breath can make all the difference as a way for us to ground ourselves. Okay, so for today's practice, you're going to need one yoga block. Let's go ahead and start on our hands and our knees. You're going to bring your yoga block in between the thighs and squeeze the block together. Let's have our toes tucked, hands to the earth. You could always do this onto your forearms if you needed to. So let's start by pressing down into our fingertips, pressing the earth away. Don't forget to press into your thumb and find some nice neutral spine here. So try to avoid collapsing belly down or rounding through the back body. And then start to press into your toes and just hover those knees and then lower the knees. So we're hovering them about an inch or so off the earth, press down, hover, and then lower. So we've got to also be squeezing in those thighs gently and noticing the switching on of our core muscles, the stabilizers from our center to be able to hover the knees and then lower. And notice that little moment of relief when you do allow the knees to drop down. So we're switching on as we lift those knees and then relaxing a little as you lower. And then see if you can, on the next lift, go ahead and hover for 5, for 4, for 3, try to smile through it, for 2, and for 1. We gently lower the knees, untuck the toes if you need to, a little moment to wash out those wrists. We're going to do that for one more round. When we come to our hold, is it possible to have the toes untucked? So you have the back or the top of those feet not actually tucked under. So I'm going to keep the toes untucked this time, and I'm going to see if I can hover and lower. So this part you might want to have the toes tucked for. Maybe then when you come to hold and hover, you attempt to untuck, or you're already test driving it, seeing what's available to you. You could always do this on on fists, pulled up hands, if that's going to feel more comfortable for your wrists. All right, so the next time that we go ahead and lift those knees, we're holding for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. Well done. Again, just wringing out those wrists. I'm just moving the block forwards. We're going to come back to that in just a moment. Just releasing those wrists. So swing your legs forwards and bring your bum roughly to center. Just going to bring the block sort of to the front edge of the mat there. I'm going to actually do a little rock and roll here on the mat. So if you can, try to keep the spine nice and curved as you do this, and you can use some momentum to help you go back and forth. So I'm going to round out, inhale to roll back, legs overhead, exhale to come forwards. So nice and steady, nice and rhythmic with your breath. The next time that you roll back, we're going to stay there. So let the legs slowly roll back and keep your right leg tucked in towards the body and the left leg extends forwards. I'm trying to hover left leg off the earth. I'm going to see if I can keep both feet flexed here. So it might be that your hands are holding onto that right leg a whole lot lower on that right thigh. But if possible, start to reach higher and then start to lift your head and your shoulders up off the earth. Try to draw your body in towards that leg. Hold for 3. Lower abdomen draws in for 2. You might be still quite cool, especially if you're doing this first thing in the morning. 1. And then lower the head, scissor the legs slowly, changing sides. Just feeling into the second side. It's incredibly chilly where I'm practicing, so I'm feeling every bit of that coolness. And then maybe you can lift head and shoulders. See if you can draw the navel in for 3. For 2, we're hovering the right leg off the earth, feet flexed. 1. And then slowly lower legs, feet to the earth. So I'm just going to grab that block and bring the block between your thighs. So it's like a reverse tabletop here. Bring the feet up roughly the same height as your knees and just feel into that. Can you have your knees roughly the same height as your hips? You start to notice really the lower deep abdomen muscles start to switch on here. Arms beside the body, shoulder blades lightly together. See if you can push your knees a little further forwards and drop your back body into the earth. Keep breathing. Hold for 3. I'm trying to extend the knees further forwards and keep my spine flat. Last breath. And then you can bring the knees in, give yourself a little hug and a squeeze. So we're going to do that again. It's the idea is that we're trying to push our knees forwards, but keep our back body connected to the ground. So you probably won't go that far forwards with your legs. Don't worry about how far you go. Relax the arms beside you. Squeeze the thighs together. Keep breathing. We're holding. Can the knees go further forwards without the lower back lifting off the earth? Once it starts to lift, you need to pull back those legs. For 3, nearly there. For 2, for 1, bring the legs in. You can hold on to those legs. We're going to do that one more time. Yes, I know I'm holding you actually longer than 3. I'm pretending that we're not there for that long because I'm talking you through it. We want to keep those lower ribs in if we can, back body connected to the earth. Maybe you can notice the quivers and the shakes in my voice here, holding for 3. You've got it. For 2, nearly there. For 1, bring the knees in. Well done. Maybe a little rock from side to side. So keeping the block between the thighs. Raise the knees again. Don't worry about how far forwards they go now. Keep the feet a little bit higher, roughly the same height as your knees. Interlace fingers behind the back of your head. We're going to do some little crossovers here. Draw your right elbow towards your left knee. And we're doing this slowly. Slowly come back through to center. Left elbow towards the right knee. Getting deeply into the obliques here. Side waist. And crossing over, right elbow, left knee. Center as you inhale. Left elbow, right knee. Center as you inhale. Let's see if we've got 4 more to go. 4. Open up, center. 3. Open up, center. 2. Open up, center. And 1. Open up, center. You can go ahead and remove the block just to the side there. Hug those knees in. Breathe. If you're up for it, a few little rock and rolls again. Feet overhead, roll your way forwards. See if you can come and join me for another 3. Spine is curved. 2. 1 more. 1. As you come up, bring your block to the earth onto its lowest level. We're going to bring a foot to that in a moment. Go ahead and lay yourself down and place your left foot on top of the block. So you can have the left foot just slightly out to the side there. And get yourself into a posture that feels like bridge pose, but your left foot is on top of your block. Bring the shoulder blades together, palms face down, and then draw the navel in, pubic bone towards the lower ribs as you start to press down into your feet and roll up, little light squeeze of the glutes. Stay here, pause and breathe. And then press down really firmly into your left foot and really slowly and mindfully start to peel your right heel up off the ground. Keep pressing down into that left foot and then see if you can start to hover your right knee up. We're doing this so slowly. Draw the right knee in towards your body and then so slowly reverse that move until you slowly touch down the toes of the right foot and then the heel. We're doing that again 3 more times, slow and steady. Press down through the forearms, down through the shoulder blades. As you peel up very slowly, can you keep the hips high? And slowly low. We've got 2 more. Try not to speed things up. Breathe through it. And we've got 1 more. Breathe, hold things steady, stable. You are strong. Last one. Lower the foot very slowly. Try not to suddenly drop. And then lower the hips. Draw the left knee in towards you. Give it a little hug, a little squeeze. Breathe. And then we'll swap it over to the second side. So we want to push the block over. Your right foot is going to be placed on top of the block now. Set yourself up again for that familiar bridge shape. Arms beside the body, palms face down. Already think about actively drawing shoulder blades in and underneath. Protect the spine and the neck. And then roll up pubic bone towards the navel. Find your way into your bridge with your right foot on top of that block. When you feel stable, press really firmly into your right foot. Peel the left heel up first. Then you can start to hover the knee up and in. So there's 4 rounds in total. See if you can avoid suddenly speeding through any part of this movement. We've got 3 more to go. We're seeing if we can lift and lower very slow and steady. Try not to hold your breath. You might have to keep resetting those muscles, engaging and lifting, holding stable, steady, and still. All right, 1 more to go. You've got this. Once the foot has landed, you can slowly lower the hips. Draw the right knee in towards your chest. Give it a little hug, a little squeeze. And then we're removing the block out of the way. If you do need to bring something in for Savasana, like a pillow or a blanket, go ahead. I'm just choosing to take a little windscreen wipe of the legs here before we settle in for Savasana. Starting to wiggle fingers and toes. Reaching the arms and the legs away. And rolling to the sides, where you slowly make your way up to sit tall. Thumbs to heart, thumbs to forehead. Thank you so much for joining today's practice. Have a beautiful day. Okay, our mindfulness task for today. How about giving your core a little reset whenever you take a seat? Just see if you can sit nice and tall with a sense of dignity and length every time you come to sit down. Go ahead and enjoy your day. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. Please don't forget to like it below, subscribe to my channel, and hit the bell icon. Not only will this keep you up to date with my offerings, but will keep content like To The Being free and accessible to all.